You know my build where I said, iskall, I really want to do a lot of damage. Do you remember that?
I remember.
I don't like it no more. I don't do a lot of damage.
Well, I mean, you also said, I also want to be very tanky and never die. And
well,
no,
I can't have it all, you know?
No, you're right, though. That's fair.
Okay, thank you.
We all feel that way. Give her immortality potion, it's gonna help a lot.
just give me immortality, you know?
Yeah.
Just straight up immortality. Don't need the potion.
I do wonder if a super rare capstone that would make the vault peaceful would be an interesting thing, or if it would be too powerful.
It would be far too... Well, you don't know, because there's people that just run around the vault pretending that there's no mobs there anyway.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Depends how you look at it, I suppose.
I think it's a kind of cool idea. Actually,
Yeah, it kind of
now that I'm
does
saying
really
that,
weird.
I'm pretty sure that we had on the worksheet a modifier called peaceful in the past that would remove all the spawners. I think that was actually on the cards at one point. Yeah, and then it was not something that the others in the dev team thought was a good idea. And I didn't know, I don't know if I deemed it a good idea, but I think it was on the cards.
It sounds like a pretty bad idea, I think. Even though I really want it, you know.
No, but if it's like super rare, it could be a fun thing. Peaceful capstone question mark? Yeah, we're just swinging ideas.
Could you imagine? That'd be amazing.
Would be kind of cool. Like it would be a super rare thing. Would that be good for the game? Is the question. Would that be a good addition? Would not be craftable. No, it would be. It'd be like findable.
Where'd you find it though?
Probably a super rare, like in a challenge room or something like this. Like loot target specific, but very, very rare. How about a reward completing as vaults peacefully? You get a capstone. Doing the hard fight for a peaceful seems counterintuitive. Oh yeah, it doesn't need to be a hard fight for it. But also no, not necessarily. Just because you don't have mobs in a vault doesn't mean that you can't fight. It could be like, you could twist that two ways, right? You can see it as like, your reward for fighting hard is the ability to run a super loot vault, right? Because I think we'd all agree, like, I mean, it would be boring if there was no mobs in Vault Hunters, but if it's a super rare reward and you can build a crystal around it with a capstone, I think it's like a cool thing instead, if that makes sense. I don't think it needs to be counterintuitive just because you have to fight to get something that you then use to not fight. I think that's cool. I think it's a cool capstone. The reason I said about this stress and the Dylans is because I'm desperately looking for more capstones. I think the capstones is a very... We've finally got to the point where like the game has room for these things. All of the efforts to make loot targetable and stuff has allowed us, and the catalyst changes, has allowed us to have a feature in regards of capstones. One thing that is bad at the moment, I think, personally, is the Phoenix capstone. I think the Phoenix should be moved back to a catalyst, but only findable. So you can stack them. And it's going to be a little bit of an awkward discussion to have, but it just proves that, you know, you're not always right. It's going to be a bit of an awkward discussion to have because Vutax, when I said to move it to a capstone, said that's kind of dumb. And I said, no, it's not. It's good. But he was right. He was right. It's better as a catalyst. I just didn't think about the idea of having catalyst findable and not just craftable. I actually think that the point that you made in regards to this capstone idea is the most valuable I've heard in regards to this. So you said people do this anyway with their peaceful builds.
Yeah,
and I think that means that, like, from a balance perspective, if you have a rare capstone, you're just allowing more people to try something. Because there will always be people like me who are never good enough for peaceful or for like...
I don't know if it's whether you're good enough to do it, right? You will learn if you want to do it that bad.
Sure, I could practice. Yeah, everyone can practice.
Yeah.
Anyone can practice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just don't think you want to play like that.
I'm an enjoyer of killing. I say this. It's itching in my body when a mob is hitting me and I'm like, no, I'm not going to touch him.